Good to go. Right, thank you, everyone. Please stand. Welcome, everyone, to the scheduled November meeting of Swan Hill Rural City Council. I'd like to welcome all councillors and officers of council, members of the public in the gallery and watching on the live stream. And I declare the meeting open at 2:01 p.m. Swan Hill Rural City Council acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet and pays its respects to their elders past and present. Councillor Broad, could you breathe the opening prayer, please?
We beseech you, Lord, that we may be granted wisdom, understanding and sincerity of purpose in the decisions we are called on to make for the welfare of the people of the rural city of Swan Hill. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. We have no apologies today. All councillors are present. Directors and officers present: Scott Barber, Chief Executive Officer; Michelle Granger, Director of Development and Planning; Bruce Myers, Director of Community and Cultural Services; Leah Johnston, Director of Infrastructure; and Stephen Fernando, new Director of Corporate Services. Welcome to your first scheduled meeting of Swan Hill Rural City Council, Stephen, and welcome aboard the team. And Sharon Lindsay, Executive Assistant to my right. Before we go further, please note that item 2.7 on the agenda, the event support request for financial contribution, will not proceed as the event has been cancelled. Consequently, there is no longer a need for financial support, so that item will not be considered at this meeting. Councillors, do I have a mover for the confirmation of the minutes for the scheduled meeting held on Tuesday, the 21st of October 2025? Moved Councillor Broad, seconded Councillor Thornton. All those in favour? That is carried. Thank you. Disclosures of conflict of interest, councillors. Do we have any disclosures of conflict of interest? I have one, and excuse me for a sec, just so that I get the wording of it correct. So I have a material conflict of interest in regards to the in-camera agenda item, which is agenda item 9.1 on the public agenda. My company has previously undertaken subcontract supply work for two of the companies who have submitted tenders for this contract, and as there is a relationship with the entity that may benefit from council's decision, I consider that I have a conflict of interest and I will leave the meeting for that item. So if that could be noted, please. We have no joint letters and reading of petitions. Can I have a motion that standard orders be suspended for public question time, as we do have a public question? Move Councillor Rogers, seconded Councillor Englefield. All those in favour? Carried. Thank you. So we have a public question from Guy Romeo. I thank Mr Romeo for the question. Question is, I would like to know why the Australian flag has not been replaced on top of the clock tower at the Campbell Street, McCallum Street intersection. Mr CEO.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr Romeo, for the question. Council officers are currently undertaking a review of safety procedures related to the flag on the clock tower. The flag may be reinstated once a safe and sustainable process is confirmed for staff. This will include installing a system that allows the flag to be raised and lowered from the ground level, addressing risks associated with working at height and working in enclosed spaces. We're currently working on that, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Mr CEO. We have no request for open forum today, so could I have a motion that standing orders be resumed? Move Councillor Jennings, seconded Councillor Rogers. All those in favour? That's carried. Thank you. So we will move to the agenda, section 2 of the agenda, officer reports for decision. Agenda item 2.1, the mayoral term of office. Mr CEO.
Thank you, Mayor. As per each year in the Local Government Act, the councillors are asked to make a decision. Do you want a term of office for 1 year or for 2 years for the mayoral office? The recommendation is consistent with previous years at Swan Hill Rural City Council that the mayor has office for 1 year.
Thank you, Mr CEO. Are there any questions, councillors? If not, could I have a motion? And move Councillor Thornton, as per recommendation. Thank you. Seconded Councillor Englefield. Do you wish to speak to the motion? Councillor Thornton? No. Councillor Englefield, do you wish to speak to the motion? Yeah, if you could just, thank you.
Yeah, just to say that as we've traditionally done here, I think electing the mayor on an annual basis is an appropriate thing to do. I know some councillors do go for 2-year terms, but I think it's more than it's worked well here, doing it on a yearly basis, and I'd very much like to see that continue.
Thank you, Councillor Inglefield. Do I have any speakers against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. So we'll now move to agenda item 2.2, which is the election of the mayor. But could I ask that standing orders be suspended to enable the mayor to have an outgoing speech? Thank you. Move Councillor Rogers, seconded Councillor Inglefield. All those in favour? That's carried. Thank you. I'll see if our technology works. So yeah, as the 12 months of my council, as my mayoral term, not my council term, not quite yet, comes to an end, I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody in the room, and particularly the community outside the room as well, for the opportunity and the honour to be able to serve the Swan Hill Rural City Council in this way. 12 months has gone pretty quickly, as I'm sure everybody around this table would agree. And it included 5 first-term councillors, which obviously has its challenges, but also has its rewards with new opportunities for people and new opinions coming to the table. There's been lots of training, mandatory training set by the state government. Thanks to them for making sure we do that. But I guess the big thing for the last 12 months has been the development of the council plan. And so I would just want to thank councillors around the room and the community as well for your participation in the development of the council plan, which will guide this council for the next 4 years. There's obviously been plenty of opportunity for mentoring and general education of new councillors, or what used to be new councillors. You've been here for 12 months now, so I can't refer to you as new councillors anymore. And I'd also like to thank Councillor McPhee as Deputy Mayor, but also for his guidance and his experience in bringing everybody up to speed with the processes and procedures of council. I trust that after 12 months, that councillors are very comfortable in their role and are looking forward to the future as well. I'd also like to thank the staff, the CEO and everybody in the organisation for their ongoing commitment and dedication to the functioning of the Swan Hill Rural City Council. We don't always agree, which is probably a good thing, and we will continue to challenge the staff, which is also a good thing, but equally the staff do a magnificent job in enabling the outworkings of council. It's a huge job, it's a big budget, there's a lot of staff, and we do thank you and thank them for their work right around the municipality. In particular, as Mayor, I would like to shout out specifically to Sharon as Executive Assistant, Brooke as the leader of the media team, for their support, because doing this role could not be, well, it would be a lot more difficult without the level of support that is given to it. So I really do want to thank you, ladies, for your support throughout the role. So I guess, what did I do? What do I value? What am I proud of in the last 12 months in my role as Mayor? I like to think that I brought a focus on financial management, on sound project management and on economic development within our municipality. I make no apologies for persistently pursuing excellence for the way that we do customer service as an organisation, and that we are running a business, not just a council. It is a business, it's a big deal, and I'm proud of the way that we've taken that commercial approach to a lot of the activities through council. I'm proud of the way that we've ramped up our communications and the way that we've endeavoured to communicate with the public, not just through traditional means, but by trying some new things as well. And yes, I may have been mad, but the Mayor's Mad Minute, I think, was a good way to just give a short summary and let the community know what's going on around the place. Proud of the way that we've enabled advocacy as an organisation, and we continue to need money from state governments, from federal governments and from other organisations to be able to do the work that we do. And so without that and without strong advocacy, we wouldn't have seen a lot of the projects and a lot of the achievements that we've got around the municipality without strong advocacy, not just in the last 12 months, but in the years leading up to that as well. I love the role. I'm passionate for the region in which I grew up, in which I work, in which I run a business, and in which I'm greatly involved in the community. I love that we can create opportunity, and prosperity for all who live here, and to attract others here, not just to come here and work for a while and leave, but to come here to set down roots and become part of the Swan Hill Rural City Council community. So thank you again for the opportunity to serve the council in this way, and I look forward to the next 3 years ahead of the council term and working with you all in the future. Thank you. Righto, and with that, could I have a motion to resume standing orders, please? Moved Councillor Broad, seconded Councillor Rogers. All those in favour? The motion is carried. So obviously, for the next item, 2.2, election of the Mayor, I will hand over to the CEO as the acting chair in accordance with section 5.4 of our governance rules to conduct the election of the Mayor. Thank you, Mr CEO. And I'll just move that. That's right, stay there, stay there.
Okay, thank you to the outgoing Mayor, Councillor King. I'll briefly outline the mayoral election process now, councillors. I'll invite nominations for the office of Mayor and confirm acceptance of the nomination with the nominee and call for a councillor to second the nomination. All councillors are eligible to stand for the office of Mayor. Candidates for the election of Mayor may address council for up to 5 minutes prior to the election of Mayor being conducted in the order of nomination. Obviously, if we have less than 2 nominees, we won't need to do that. If we have 2 or more, you may do so. Voting will be carried out with a clear show of hands as per the Governance Rules, section 8.2. Where in an election for the Mayor only one candidate has been nominated, that candidate must be declared elected. If we have 2 candidates that have been nominated, we'll undertake a vote, and the councillor who receives an absolute majority, that is 4 votes, will be declared as the Mayor. If we don't get an absolute majority, we'll go through that again. If that doesn't resolve the issue, we'll be back here at 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon to do it again. If we have more than 2 candidates, if we have 3 candidates, we'll go through a voting process, and the lowest number of votes for one of the 3 candidates will be eliminated, and then we're back to 2 candidates in the voting process I've just outlined. If we have 3 candidates or more and there's a tied vote, there's a whole other process, but I'll talk to that if we get to that situation and we need to work our way through it. Councillors, I will now ask for nominations for the position of Swan Hill Rural City Council Mayor for 2025-26. Councillor Jennings.
Thanks, Mr CEO. I'd like to nominate Councillor King to continue as Mayor for the next year.
Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Councillor King, do you accept? I accept. Thank you. Do I have a seconder for Councillor King? Ooh, who went first? Okay, Councillor Rogers. Thank you, Councillor Rogers. Are there any other nominations for Mayor for Swan Hill Rural City Council? Okay, being no further nominations, I believe we can congratulate Councillor King as the Mayor. I'll now put the motion. As recommended, that councillors elect a councillor to the Mayor in accordance with section 25 of the Local Government Act and the Swan Hill Rural City Council governance rules upon completion of this election process, that 1, you announce Councillor King as the Mayor for Swan Hill Rural City Council, and 2, suspend standing orders to robe the Mayor. Do I have someone to move the recommendation? Councillor Englefield, thank you. Seconder, Councillor Rogers, thank you. Are there any speakers against the motion? All those in favour? Carried. Thank you, councillors. So we'll suspend standing orders now. Could I get someone to move? Thank you, Councillor Rogers. Seconder? Councillor Broad. Thank you. I suggest you mute your microphones while Councillor King is robed as Mayor. Thank you. I'll hand the chair back to you, Councillor King.
Thank you, Mr CEO, and thank you, councillors. It's an honour and privilege to continue to serve the council in this way, and particularly as we head into a state election year, I'll do my utmost to serve this council well and to fight not just for the municipality but for the region as a whole. So I thank you for the honour to do this. And it's probably the only meeting that I'll actually sit here with the robes on. So, Mr. Myers, you might have to control the air conditioning for me a bit later on. Thank you. All right. The next order of business is to resume standing orders. Thank you, Mr. CEO. Moved Councillor Rogers, seconded Councillor Broad. All those in favour? Thank you very much. Second item of business is the election of the Deputy Mayor, item 2.3. So with this, Mr. CEO, you'd like to give the report? Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, and congratulations again. Councillors, the election of the Deputy Mayor process is very similar to what we've just been through, but the first decision you'll have to make is, do you want an office of the Deputy Mayor? As per the report, having a Deputy Mayor under the Local Government Act means you've got somebody who can automatically and seamlessly backfill or support the Mayor of the day. The flip side is the Deputy Mayor does get paid an allowance that is greater than the councillors. They're the main points of it. I'm happy to take questions if you have any. Okay. Mayor, I believe it's time we can get into the process if you're comfortable with that. Or we need to move a motion, sorry.
Sorry. So the first order of business as part of this item, sorry, I'm just finding the page, is to determine whether or not we elect a Deputy Mayor before we go through that process. So, Councillor Inglefield?
Move as per
recommendation. Thank you.
recommendation,
So,
Mr. Mayor.
it'll be slightly different to what's in here. So, it's on the screen that council-elect councillor be the Deputy Mayor for 1 year, in accordance with Section 27 of the Local Government Act, etc. Do I have a seconder for that motion? Seconded, Councillor Rogers. Councillor Inglefield, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Yes, I think the position of a Deputy Mayor is actually quite an important role to fill. Just in any normal year, particularly in regards to if the Mayor and the Deputy Mayor can work together, particularly for the Deputy Mayor to become more familiar with the operations of the council, get a better handle on how the council runs and operates, be a sounding board for the Mayor himself if he so chooses, and then also for those instances when the Mayor is unavailable. And I think having not necessarily an executive is probably the wrong word, but a team where obviously the Mayor is the dominant person, but with the support of a Deputy Mayor is very important. In this particular upcoming 12 months, I think it is of extreme importance. And there are two things in that. One, that we have a Mayor that's really well and truly over things and has a significant experience of the last 3 years. But this time next year, we will be at the end of an election cycle. If we've got any chance of leveraging any funds for the benefit of our municipality, we need a leadership team that's really going to push and fight and lobby on behalf of us, and that requires the efforts of more than just one person. I mean, obviously the executive team, but I think a Deputy Mayor will also play a significant role in that. And if we miss this opportunity, well, it's 4 more years.
Thank you, Councillor Inglefield. Councillor Rogers, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Yes, I'd just like to reinforce what Councillor Inglefield said and leave it at that. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Do I have any speakers against the motion? If there are no speakers against the motion, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. So with that, we will now move to the election of a Deputy Mayor. Mr. CEO.
So the election of the Deputy Mayor is similar or the same as the process we've just been through with the Mayor. The Mayor can run this process. I'll hand it back to you. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Do I have any nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor? Councillor Rogers.
Yes, I'd like to nominate Councillor Jennings.
Thank you, Councillor Rogers. Councillor Jennings, do you accept the nomination? Do I have a seconder for that motion? Seconded Councillor Englefield. Do I have any other nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor? If there are no further nominations, I will duly announce Councillor Jennings as being elected as Deputy Mayor, but I will need to put a motion that Councillor Jennings be announced as the Deputy Mayor of Swan Hill Rural City Council. I think that covers it, Mr CEO, in terms of a motion. Yep. Can I have somebody to move that motion? Move Councillor Rogers, seconded Councillor Englefield. All those in favour? The motion is carried, and I congratulate Councillor Jennings on your election as Deputy Mayor of Swan Hill Rural City Council. The next order of business, councillors, agenda item 2.4, which is council's scheduled meeting dates, times and locations for the next 12 months. Obviously, we've been briefed. The report is in front of you. I'm going to take the report as read. Is there anything you wish to note on this, Mr CEO?
No, Mayor, it's all in the report. Welcome any questions.
Are there any questions, councillors? If there are no questions, could I have a motion? Move Councillor Jennings.
As per the recommendation,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Mayor.
Seconded Councillor Broad. Do you wish to speak to the motion, Councillor Jennings?
Only to say that it's a mirror of what we've done this year that seemed to work effectively. We've decided on a time that suits councillors, so no, I think we'll just stay with what's been working for us.
Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Councillor Broad, do you wish to speak?
Nothing to add, Mr.
Nothing to
Mayor.
add? Do I have any speakers against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? The motion is carried. And for the benefit of the public, that means that scheduled meetings of council will continue on the third Tuesday of the month, commencing at 2 p.m. Agenda item 2.5 is the annual appointment of councillor representatives to external and internal committees. Mr. CEO.
Thank you, Mayor. Every year we look at a list of external and internal committees, and we ask councillors to please nominate or delegate which representative will be on a particular committee for this council. We've got a list of the committees there, and we have pre-populated it based on discussions, but that isn't decided. We need to go through this now, make sure you're comfortable what's there, and then go through and vote on it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. Councillors, are there any changes to the proposed representation for the committees that have been circulated in the agenda? If there are no proposed changes, everybody's happy with that, I will ask for a motion, please. Move Councillor Broad.
As per the
As per recommendation, thank you. Seconded Councillor Thornton. Councillor Broad, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Only to say that these are very important responsibilities of a councillor, and personally it's been one of my favourite parts of the role. I think it's really important that we're active, and there's a lot of people in our municipality that care very deeply about what happens. It's important that we're in the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Broad. Councillor Thornton, do you wish to speak?
Just to add that, yes, I've also enjoyed my delegated roles and look forward to the next 12 months of engaging with the community organisations and other organisations that I'm representing. So, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Thornton. Any speakers against the motion? Somebody else wish to speak to the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. And just to reiterate the words of the councillors that did speak, they are important. As councillors, we do value those opportunities to represent in various capacities across the municipality and outside of the municipality as well. And I thank councillors for their service in that. And there's plenty of times where other councillors turn up, even where they're not the designated representative, which is also a great way to get around the municipality and see our community and our ratepayers as well. Specifically for me, very much looking forward to taking the role of chair of the Murray River Group of Councils, which is a very important position, representing 6 councils along the Murray River. So look forward to that. Agenda item 2.6, instrument of appointment and authorisation. Mr. Fernando, your report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Standard delegation for a new officer, the role of development services. As you can see, the two acts that they are being delegated under, that is required for them to carry out their role on a day-to-day basis.
Thank you, Mr. Fernando. Any questions from councillors? If not, could I have a motion? Moved Councillor Englefield, seconded Councillor Thornton. Do you wish to speak to the motion, Councillor Englefield?
This is obviously a legislative requirement to endorse the role, but it's actually I feel very pleased that we're in a position to actually be endorsing someone, and I'm sure Ms Granger would back that up. It's nice to see that we're in a position to be endorsing somebody in the planning department. It's fantastic.
Thank you, Councillor Englefield. Councillor Thornton, do you wish to speak?
Absolutely like to welcome Alexander Jeffries as our new development manager, and also acknowledge what an important role that it is, and being a delegate of the legislation, state legislation, is really important, and we welcome her and look forward to working with her.
Thank you, Councillor Thornton. Any speakers against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? The motion is carried. Thank you. As I said earlier, item 2.7 has been removed from the agenda, so we'll move on to item 2.8, which is the Domestic Animal Management Plan Review for 2025. Ms Granger.
Thank you, Mayor. The Domestic Animal Management Plan was adopted in November 2021, and we've been providing you with an annual report of what we've achieved every year. So this is the last year of this report, and we had quite a big year last year. The achievements involved the low-cost cat desexing program and the approval of the 24-hour cat containment order, which has been rolled out quite successfully. We've done stage 2 of the off-leash dog park in Swan Hill and received funding to develop another park of that nature in Robinvale. And we've developed a new pound register, and that really means that if animals are wandering, if we pick them up, we can get them back to their owners more quickly. So the Public Health and Regulatory Services team have done a great job meeting the obligations on Council's behalf.
Thank you, Ms Granger. Are there any questions for the Director, councillors? If there are no questions, could I have a motion? Councillor Jennings? As per recommendation, thank you. Seconder, Councillor Broad. Do you wish to speak to the motion, Councillor Jennings?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Just to say that I think the DAMP, as we call it, the Domestic Animal Management Plan for 2025, has achieved what it set out to do, and that's to provide community safety in relation to responsible pet ownership. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Councillor Broad, do you wish to speak?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I think the heart of the DAMP is responsible pet ownership, and I think we've done a lot in that space, and there's a lot of work that's gone into it, so well done to all those involved. And I think it puts us in a great position for continued responsible pet ownership. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Broad. Any speakers against the motion? Does anybody else wish to speak to the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? The motion is carried. Now, item 2.9 is slightly different from agenda item 2.8. Item 2.9 refers to the Domestic Animal Management Plan for the next 4 years from 2026 to 2029. Ms Granger.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm pleased to present the new 4-year Domestic Animal Management Plan to you for adoption. It's a government requirement that we have a domestic animal management plan, and we aim to promote responsible pet ownership and the welfare of dogs and cats in the community, to protect the community and the environment from nuisance from animals, and identify a method to evaluate whether or not our animal management services are adequate, and also training for our staff. We've led you through quite a detailed plan, and we've done community consultation on the plan, and the community came back and said their highest priorities for domestic animals is low-cost dog and cat desexing programs, cheaper registration, free cat trapping program, free microchipping program, more dog parks, and to reduce wandering cats. So over the four-year course of the new plan, we've got a number of strategies that we're aiming to do, and that includes research, investigating options for payment plans, particularly when people have to get their animals out of the pound. That can be quite expensive. Microchipping and having a second officer authorised to do microchipping. A municipal emergency animal welfare plan, so if we have another flood or a fire, what do we do with domestic cats and dogs? And raising community awareness and improving education. So the recommendation is that Council adopt the Domestic Animal Management Plan 2026 to 2029.
Thank you, Ms Granger. Do we have any questions on that plan, councillors? If not, I will ask for a motion. Move Councillor Thornton as per recommendation. Thank you very much. Do I have a seconder for that motion? Seconded Councillor Jennings. Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Councillor Thornton, do you wish to speak to the motion?
I'd like to firstly thank Ms Granger for her report, and also the reports that have been given to us as councillors in the upcoming, in the preparation of the strategy, and also because it helps to inform us about what's important and what the community wants. We live in a community that loves their pets, and it's an important issue to make sure that the pet owners understand their responsibilities, and that we have a way of managing the whole process. So it's been interesting to learn about, and I look forward to seeing the process go forward as we roll out this 4-year term.
Thank you, Councillor Thornton. Councillor Jennings, do you wish to speak?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Just to add that, we did have a couple of community consultations within this, rolling out this plan or putting the plan together. Feedback was taken and has been implemented to reflect the plan has been changed to reflect that feedback. So the DAMP plan for 2026-29 better reflects that community consultation that we did. So I also endorse it.
Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Any speakers against the motion? Do we have any other speakers in favour of the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? The motion is carried, and thank you, Ms Granger, and your team for the work that's gone into the creation of the plan, and as Councillor Jennings said, the community involvement that's been had along the way. As Councillor Thornton said, people love their pets, and this is a way that we can do it responsibly. So yeah, look forward to the implementation of that plan. Agenda item 2.10. Procurement policy review. Mr Fernando.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Thank you, Mr Mayor. In order to ensure transparent and value for money procurement processes, councils generally have a procurement policy, which is reviewed and updated from time to time. So that's what we are doing with this. Again, we have had quite a few consultations and discussions around what the new policy should be, and what the proposed policy is attached to the report. Some of the financial delegations are highlighted, or changes to the financial delegations are highlighted as to who can do what, and there's also some changes to the evaluation criteria when we go out to evaluate different offers or bids that we have received in response to a tender or a request for quote. So yeah, I'll leave it at that, and happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Thank you, Mr Fernando. Are there any questions, councillors? Councillor Engelfield.
In relation to the executive officer and the director's discretionary spend, or how does that stack up with like councils? We'd be all around the same range.
I can't exactly say whether we will be all around the same range. There will be some. Yeah,
Yeah,
there will be. So it's depends on the specific needs of individual councils, but they're generally in the ballpark. Yeah, and just to correct, they're not discretionary spending. It's approved by the council before we can spend it. Yeah, but yes, I get what you mean. Yeah.
So it's fair to say that we're just middle of the road with like-minded councils that our level of spending from the directors and the CEO is nothing unusual, and makes for basically good management, good efficient operations where directors and the CEO don't have to continually run back to council. So
Yes, I'll confirm that. Yep.
that's good.
Any other questions? I have a question, Mr. Fernando, just in relation to the weighting criteria, the evaluation criteria in section 3 of the report. The economic, environmental, social and ethical governance criteria, which is obviously designed to help support our local businesses with a combined maximum weighting of 10%. I'm just curious to know whether there's been any economic analysis done of the value chain that comes out of spend with local contractors. So, for example, we know that our agriculture sector, for every $1 million that goes out of the municipality from our agricultural sector, there's a value chain of in excess of $3 million. It's in excess of 3 times. So I'm just curious to know whether we've ever done any work on the value chain of using local contractors versus outside contractors from outside the area, and if there's some justification to that 10% combined maximum for the weighting in that criteria.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And if I may, I will ask Manager of Organisational Development to make a comment on that.
That's fair. I understand you've only been here a bit over a week, so appreciate that.
There's been no direct analysis of what you're asking for, Mr. Mayor. Obviously, in other parts of the criteria, they do get weighted on their previous experience, similar jobs, etc. But when you ask for a value chain, no.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions? There's no further questions. Could I have a motion, councillors? Councillor Englefield? Your motion?
As per recommendation.
Thank you, Councillor Englefield.
Sorry, Mr. Mayor.
With recommendation being that we adopt the procurement policy as presented. Thank you. Do I have a seconder for that motion? Seconded, Councillor Rogers. Councillor Englefield, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Yeah, this is again one of the issues that council has to deal with, and it is appropriate that we do. The delegation level, as I mentioned before, is a way of just keeping the wheels of local government moving without having to constantly have council meetings and the like. And it's quite a normal thing across all councils, and just makes for good, efficient government in effect. And as far as the elevation, the evaluation criteria, I mean, we have to have some methodology when we're evaluating contracts. We've put this particular weighting method in place, and we'll use it for the foreseeable future. And again, to evaluate contracts, all these things are fair and reasonable.
Thank you, Councillor Englefield. Councillor Rogers, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Just to say it's a normal procedure, and all in favour of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rogers. Any speakers against the motion? Do I have anybody else that wishes to speak to the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. Agenda item 2.11, Business Facade Improvement Program. Ms Granger.
Thank you, Mayor. Council, this is an exciting new program that Council is looking to partner with our business community to improve the image of our towns and streetscapes. Often it's the shopping precincts that visitors to our municipality gain their first impressions of our community, and a vibrant shopping precinct will make a positive impression. The facade improvement program will support businesses with visible street frontages to upgrade their facades, enhancing the attractiveness and appeal of the municipalities. The application process will open on the 8th of December and close on the 27th of February next year, and eligible works that businesses can apply for funding for include things like repainting their facades, installation of upgrades of business signage, renewal of exterior lighting or awnings and structures, repairs or replacement of verandas, minor repairs and maintenance. There's some general activities that we won't fund because we figure that's business as usual. And grants will be dollar for dollar up to $5,000. So we've got a $50,000 fund, and we're seeking council endorsement of these guidelines to release them to the community.
Thank you, Ms Granger. Are there any questions, councillors? One from me, just in terms of the application process, assuming that'll be just done through the usual channels with the support of Swan Hill Incorporated, for example?
Yeah, we will use Smarty Grants, which is a program that we use this year for our Community Development Fund, so it will be rolled out. Similarly, we will be using Swan Hill Inc. and our community planning groups to get the message out and about of the funding availability.
Great, thank you. There's no other questions. Could I have a motion? Councillor Broad?
As per the recommendations.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder for the motion? Councillor Thornton? Councillor Broad, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. You only get one shot at a first impression. I think this is really exciting. It gives businesses a chance to collaborate and co-invest with council. I think it's going to make some great changes, and it's going to be just a fantastic program. I can't wait to see it implemented for our shop fronts. Thanks, Mr Mayor.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Councillor Broad. Councillor Thornton?
Just support this new idea as a way of revitalising our shopping precincts and also supporting local business. I mean, I know that there's a lot of concern out there when we have empty shops, and so any way that we can support our shop owners and local businesses is a great idea, and look forward to seeing how it plays out, and look forward to seeing people take up the funding opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Thornton. Any speakers against the motion? Does anybody else wish to speak to the motion? Councillor Jennings?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Speaking as a long-time retailer, I just hope that this gathers some momentum and gets people on board, snowballs with somebody starting the chain, and they all feel as though they might like to upgrade their facades to the betterment of the whole CBD. I know it's been tried before, but it's perhaps timely when people are looking for some improvement in their businesses. And as Councillor Broad said, presentation is a big thing, and I just hope that the landlords stroke leasees get on board and support it and utilise that funding that's available.
Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Councillor Rogers, you wish to speak?
I'll also support the other councillors and what they've said. I think it's a fantastic thing to spruce up the town, the main CBD there, and make it look shiny and nice. And I hope it's taken on in its fullest, and we can extract every cent and put it into a much nicer looking CBD. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rogers. Councillor Thornton?
Just make note that it's not a program that is only available for Swan Hill. I think it's also available in the smaller towns and also Robinvale, so look forward to it being spread across the municipality.
Thank you. No further speakers. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion's carried. Agenda item 3.1, major projects progress update for the end of the September quarter, noting that that's about 6 weeks ago now. Ms Johnston.
Thank you. Through you, Mayor. I do have pleasure in presenting the major project report for the first quarter, and as the Mayor just said, that's until September 2025. Some of the major project highlights are that the Tower Hill Public Open Space, all works are now complete there. the Naya Community Centre change rooms. All works are also complete, which provide new high-quality change rooms, toilets and showers, and umpire facilities. And from all accounts, we've had a lot of feedback to say it's been very well received by our stakeholders. Footpath works at Menang between the Central Business District and the school have now been completed. The Haysdale-Coolanong Road widening and reconstruction, which was approximately 1.3 kilometres of road, was constructed, and Glover Road, reconstruction and widening. So both these road projects have also been completed. So a lot has actually been achieved in the last quarter. Some key milestones on some of the larger projects. The Robinvale Workers Accommodation, where all foundations have been poured and the units have now been framed. The Art Gallery, practical completion is due at the end of this week. I believe the turf's going in on Thursday. The staff are already in the back of house and it will be open to the public very soon after. The Tourism and Cultural Hub project will also achieve practical completion early next week. And then it'll be a few weeks for the staff to test things and then hopefully open, or will be open early in December. The public toilets in McCallum Street are in situ. People will, I'm sure, have seen that happening. And services are also being installed this week, so that's progressing well. The 10 Steps project has also seen some good progress, with the bottom steps now having been installed, so they are out of the actual river level. So it's an exciting few months now before the Christmas break. So the table is presented for noting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms Johnston. Are there any questions, councillors? I've got one just on the 10 Steps project, Ms Johnston. When are we expecting completion of that project, and what are the access arrangements looking like for Christmas?
Thank you, Mayor. At this stage, the construction program for that project sees it being completed in early March. However, we are in conversations and discussions with the contractor to try and get that moving a lot quicker. So the program is March. We are hoping for earlier than that. And we're also in negotiations with them in terms of trying to reduce that compound if it does go over the Christmas period. Again, it's being currently used for storage of all of their construction items. So obviously it's very hard to tell that until we see the progress that gets made over the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Great, thank you. Councillor Inglefield?
Just one question. It's more about the formatting of the report, actually. It'd be interesting to know, there's some great things going on there, some of considerably more value than others. Would it be possible to be able to put the actual dollar value of the contracts in when we do this report next? Just gives you a feel for how many millions of dollars are being invested. I know it's not the total amount but of all of the things that council does, but on these particular major projects, I would imagine that all those projects add up to a significant amount of money. And so we have here, for example, you know, it's 100% complete and it's on budget and it's on schedule, but that particular first project, Robinvale Caravan Park, bank protection, was that a $100,000 project, whatever it was, yeah, if that's possible?
Yeah, I'll take that, Councillor Inglefield. While projects are in train, I prefer not to. Maybe there's a way of showing projects that are completed in the last period of time with some totals, if we could work on that in a briefing. While you're in an active contract,
You'd like to
we
leave it
do
out.
want to be a bit careful of that.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Yeah. It just gives you a feel, though, for the actual amount of activity and the value of the activity.
Yeah.
That
We could work at an
yeah.
aggregated amount or something for projects completed in the last 3 months or
Yeah,
12 months or
something,
something
yeah,
like that. That's
something
a
like
fair
that,
point.
yeah.
Thank you, Councillor.
Thank you, Councillor Inglefield. Councillor Rogers?
My question is, can we negotiate an earlier completion date for the 10 Steps in Riverside Park? It's a very important area and we're coming into our major tourist period, and if there was any way that we can speed her up and get them to finish it off quicker before our Christmas period in particular, it'd be an outstanding achievement. Question. Thank you.
Through you, Mayor, as previously indicated, the contractor has already indicated that it is March, but we are doing everything that we possibly can in discussions with them to see if we can bring that completion date forward. So there's, so at this stage, there's nothing that I can guarantee you in that space other than to say we are in conversations.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms Johnson, for the report. Councillors, do I have a motion? Can move Councillor Inglefield, seconded Councillor Thornton. Thank you. Do you wish to speak to the motion, Motion is, I'm assuming, as per.
As per
Recommendation,
recommendation,
thank you.
Mr Mayor, yes. Obviously, well, as there's it's great to see all these things that are going on, and some that are completed and some that are partially completed. But again, it's a little reflection, or a big reflection, in fact, of a lot of the activities that council undertake. And you know, it just might seem that council's you know, just really not doing a lot of things in one sense. But when you see it laid out like that, it's like there is really a lot going on. And council actually really is achieving a lot. And I think it's, you know, if we can keep this up, and particularly with the upcoming election, we can get some more of this stuff happening, and that'd be fantastic.
Thank you, Councillor Englefield. Councillor Thornton, do you wish to speak?
I'll take the opportunity just to add to what Councillor Englefield said. It's quite amazing the amount of major projects, and then you put that on top of just your normal day-to-day services and infrastructure that council provides. It's huge, and I think that we as councillors sitting around the table get to hear a lot more about it, but it doesn't take away from the depth and the breadth of what council is doing, and I think it's quite amazing and very exciting time for Swan Hill, particularly as part of the Swan Hill Gallery Advisory Committee. Seeing the new gallery open in the coming weeks is going to be a really wonderful thing, and I think there's so much of the community has missed not having that space, and really look forward to and encourage the community to really take it up and come along to the opening, and yeah, congratulations to all the staff involved, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Thornton. Are there any speakers against the motion? Any other speakers in favour of the motion? Councillor Rogers.
Yes, I'd just like to congratulate the staff on getting as far ahead as we can with the major projects. It's great to see things happening and coming to fruition. The buildings, the culture hub, the art gallery, the roads that we're getting repaired, the Tower Hill public space. I drove past there this morning, and it's great for people to have, you know, to be able to go there and enjoy things. And yeah, the more we can see our infrastructure improving, the better. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rogers. No further speakers. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. Item 3.2, the quarterly review of financial performance and financial position, again to the end of the September quarter, 2025. Mr. Fernando.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, this gives out the actual status of what our income and expenditure up to the end of the first quarter. Again, reported for transparency and for information of the public. The income statement and the balance sheet are attached to the report, and there is some commentary against some of the items that are not in line or deviated from the budget. Most of them are self-explanatory, but I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Fernando. Are there any questions, councillors? Councillor Englefield.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On the statement of income and expenditure in the notes, the user fees at the Pioneer Settlement are 158,000 less than anticipated. Is there any particular reason for that?
Yes, I believe it's primarily got to do, or we believe it's primarily got to do with the construction activities that were happening in that area during that period. But I'm happy to let Ms. Granger speak to that in a bit more detail.
I think it is twofold. It is that if you're coming to town, the site does look like a construction site, so that may have somehow reduced the income we're receiving, but also over the winter period, it's typically our quietest quarter of the year.
Yep. So that's actually pretty much a reflection of ticket sales. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So that's unlikely to be made up this year, unfortunately. It's probably fair to say. If there's been like interruptions with construction and all those types of things,
Yeah.
you know, even if we hit budget from here on in, we'd have to see a surge in visitation to pick that up, wouldn't we, to recover that?
Yes, we would have to. And again, the site will still look like a construction site because we're building a new pedestrian bridge once we've launched our new building.
Yeah.
So there will still be construction activity on that site and in that precinct till June next year.
Okay, and then in, excuse me, note number 1, sorry, I've missed that, sorry, the statutory fees for, from the building department, I'm guessing they're planning and building permit and building planning fees and the like. We're a fair bit behind budget there as well. Is there any particular reason for that?
So from a building point of view, we have always kept the budget fairly steady at being able to have staff resources and create some income when we've had staff. We haven't been able to have the building department staff, so we're relying on a very moderate service, so we're not getting the income. And from a planning point of view, our application load has been way down for this last quarter. We're sitting at about 30 applications where we usually have about 60. So I think that just shows some of the confidence in the economy.
So it is actually, you think, a reflection of less activity in the pipeline. That's what that would indicate, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So that's something that we should be concerned about as a council if we're seeing, because these were all future things. This is applications for things yet to happen, and if we're seeing a fall off in building and planning permit applications, it's logical that means there will be less building and activity, for example. So we might that's something to watch out for. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an emerging space. Also, we're seeing the state government change the planning scheme regularly to remove permit requirements, particularly in relation to housing. So we need to keep a watch, but traditionally November, December, we tend to get a rush on planning permit applications.
Yep. So at this stage, just something we'll just keep an eye on. Yep. And then just, Stephen, the budget itself, the presentation of that budget itself for those that aren't necessarily that accounting literate, just to explain that we're really not making a $15 million profit. People might look at that, because to me, and people do bring this up, that it's an accounting way of presenting this document, and that at the end there, as you can see, it's actually other expenditure. So where it says the budget results surplus, it's not actually what it says, if that makes sense. Just for clarification for the people.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, in technical accounting terms, we are making a 15 million surplus. But I guess the best way is to give an example. For instance, if it's a normal business and you want to expand the business, let's say, you go to your owners or shareholders and ask them to put more money into the business. We can't do that. We don't have, our owners are ratepayers, and the only way we can get money is through the rates. So our capital expenditure, what we spend on, say, the new facility next to the river there, that's capital expenditure. That's not in the expenses in the income statement. To fund those, we have to still get money from the ratepayers through the rates, other than what we get from state or federal governments as grants. So that's why you can see that after the 15 million, you show that there is a 42 million spent on capital expenditure. That 15 million will be used, as well as the 16 million of depreciation to fund that, and then the other shortfall will be taking in from reserves.
Yeah.
So that's how we fund our capital expenditure. So we need that technical surplus to fund all the additional new things that we are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Inglefield. Before I throw to Councillor Thornton's question, a follow-up question just on the building permit, since it's topical from Councillor Inglefield. Given that we're not actually providing like building permit. We don't have a building surveyor that's handing out building permits as such. We're not operating in that space. Does council receive any income from permits that are taken through the private sector? So typically, the majority now are using a private building surveyor for building permits. Do we get any sort of income when somebody takes out a building permit?
Yes, Mr Mayor, we get an income. Private building surveyors have to pay a lodgement fee when they advise us that they've been appointed, and they issue a permit, but it's about $40 per permit, so
So it's minimal.
it's
Obvious-
minimal,
obviously.
but we do receive income.
Thank you. Just for clarification, thank you. Councillor Thornton?
My question was just following on from Councillor Engerfield as to whether there has tended to be any seasonality in the planning applications over a number of years. I guess given that we are heavily influenced by agriculture and that's very seasonal in nature, I just wondered whether that has any sort of impact on it.
From year to year, this will probably be our lowest year. I don't think it's necessarily seasonality other than people wanting to start a project in the new year, which is why we get the rush of November, December. But this year it's been quite low. So over the COVID years, there was a lot more work happening and our application load was high, but it is unusual for us to be sitting below 50 current applications.
Any further questions, councillors? If not, I will call for a motion, please. Councillor Jennings, moved. Thank you.
Mr Mayor.
Do I have a seconder for that? Councillor Thornton. Councillor Jennings, you wish to speak to the motion?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Just looking at the numbers there in terms of the projected surplus, it's pleasing that we've picked up 280 grand there on an insurance change of the way we're doing our insurance. That's a positive, and an extra bit from Grants Commission money. So it's looking like that will be favourable at this stage. As we've just done recently with a surplus that we've been able to put to other things, other projects. So it's looking positive.
Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Councillor Thornton, do you wish to speak?
Thank you. I will say thank you to Mr Fernando for his report and the information he's given us. I think we've had a period where we've had no one in the role, then a temporary in the role, and yet we've managed to be really well informed of how the council finances are going, and particularly for new councillors, that's quite quite a task, I would have thought. So it's been really welcome, given the staff changes, that we have been well informed and that we are in the position that we are in. And I think becoming a new councillor, you realise that there are many other councillors who aren't in our position, that are smaller councils that don't have the ability to generate revenue like we do. Obviously, we've got a challenge in meeting all the projects that we want to do and all the services that we want to provide. But I thank you very much for your report and look forward to another 12 months.
Thank you, Councillor Thornton. Any speakers against the motion? Any other speakers to the motion? I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. Thank you, Mr Fernando, for the report. Section 4 of the agenda, 4.1, sign and seal. This is under decisions which need action ratification. Mr CEO.
Thank you, Mayor. Councillors, this is a procedural motion. Under delegation, we sign and seal a number of contracts. That's where I sign these contracts with two councillors. It's for ratification to show that you've seen them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr CEO. Any questions on those, councillors? If not, could I have a mover for the motion? Move Councillor Englefield, second as per recommendation, seconded Councillor Broad. All those in favour of the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you. 4.2, councillor briefings, a record of attendance and agenda items. Mr CEO.
Thank you, Mayor. I ask that councillors let us know if there's any errors or omissions in this record. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments, councillors? If not, could I have a motion, please? Moved Councillor Rogers, seconded Councillor Broad. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. Moving on, Section 5, we have no notice of motion. Do we have any foreshadowed items, councillors? No foreshadowed items. Do we have any urgent items not included in the agenda? No, so we'll move on to Section 8 to consider and order on councillor reports. Councillor Thornton, would you like to lead the charge, and we'll go around the room today?
Thank you very much. So it is quite a big deal today because it's 1 year since we were all elected in this role, and for some of us, like myself, it's a new role, one that comes with a lot of responsibility and something that's quite different to be an elected representative and quite a huge thing. It also is a huge amount of work, I will add. So that's been quite a challenge. Rather than report on my the things that I've done this month, which is available in the minutes, I just thought I'd make a comment about that and invite the community to sort of, get involved with council and the engagements that are available, so that we can have a better understanding of what our community wants. We need to hear from community. So look forward to representing the people that voted me in for another 12 months, and hope that they'll get in touch and come and talk to me, and I'd love to hear what you would like to see in our municipality. But yeah, it's been a real an honour and challenging, and I just wish that there was more time, that we could make more time so that we could do this more effectively. But I think that it's been a really positive 12 months, and I look forward to the next 12 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Thornton. Councillor Jennings.
Continuing that theme, I'd also like to just say that it's been an enjoyable 12 months, a big learning curve, but one of the enjoyable things about the role has been getting out into the community at our coffee with a councillor and Coldie with a councillor sessions. Maybe not quite so much in the early days when the livestock exchange was a popular topic. I thought I was going to get hung up from the balcony at Ultima at one stage, but we managed to survive that and talk it through, and left best of mates. So marvellous what buying them a beer will do. But in any case, I've been to any number of community consultations in this way with the community, and they've all been good events where people have come along with their thoughts, their requests. They've been respectful, and they've been positive in wanting some sort of benefit. They haven't been banging the table. So I think that's great, and I'm sure that we'll continue to do that. So following on from Councillor Thornton, just suggesting to people that come along and have your say. If you've got a burning issue that you think you'd like us to take back to a council meeting, that's the way to do it, if you don't want to do it through the traditional website. So a couple there just on my list of Coldie with a councillor in Menang. Remembrance Day was a good thing that we did together. CBD master plan consultations, and I did take the time, didn't have time to call in and have a coffee with Councillor Inglefield, but have a look on my way back from Mildura the other day at the couple of things that we've got happening in Robinvale, in particular the housing, the affordable housing, and also to see the new toilet in Centenary Park that will be well received with the, I'm sure, with the playground, and which continues to be popular. There's always people there whenever you go past it, so that's a nice thing that we've been able to achieve for the Robinvale area. So the rest of mine are there for people to read if they so desire. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Councillor Rogers.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I didn't quite put everything on the list that I probably should have, but anyway. Last night I attended the Community Inc. meeting down at Lake Boga. It was great to get an update on what their interests and what their requests are down there, and bring them back to council, and I'll get some feedback back to them. I attended the urban streetscape planning consultation meeting too, which is great to be able to give your input in there and your dreams and what you see around the other municipalities in the state of Victoria and bring them back and get better things for our town. I also attended my granddaughter's dance concert here in the town hall, and I thought, well, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to see my granddaughters, and I'm going to fly out the door. Well, it was that outstanding. The costumes, the presentation, the dances from all the age group of girls and the guys just blew me away, and I spent every minute I could there to see the entire concert. It's an absolutely credit to the dance teachers and what they did. I only wish they could do more performances during the year, particularly on major tourist days when our town's packed out, that they could get up and do that. But I assure you the costumes were second to none. They were magnificent, the girls and the fellas. So yeah, that's what I'd like to say. Thanks, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Rogers. Councillor Englefield.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Just couple of things. Attended the Phyllis Bretno dinner along with yourself and your lovely wife for the 40th anniversary, and that was a really, really good night. I really enjoyed that. And the week, the couple of days went off really well. Apparently one of the more successful activities, which I actually didn't go on, unfortunately, was the houseboat ride. That was a real hit, having a tour up and down our little section of the Murray on the houseboat lens. So that's one for you. So that was really good. And I'd have to say, on behalf of the Robinvale community, thank you very much for your speech. It was very well accepted and very well presented, in fact. Also, coffee with a councillor down at Menang, and I have had the great pleasure of being invited to Probus for a presentation and a yak, and that went really well too. So that's the local Robinvale Probus, that is. And so that was really good.
Great, thank you, Councillor Englefield. Councillor McPhee.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Look, the things on the list there that I've submitted, one thing I'd highlight is the Ultima Progress Association have done a wonderful job in getting the cafe up and running again. It's only open 3 days a week, so if you're actually out that way, by all means call in for a coffee and support them, because it is run by volunteers, so they do a great job for that, get that cafe up and running again. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor McPhee. Councillor Broad.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Fairly steady month for me. Attended along with everyone else, the Remembrance Day down at the Cenotaph, and that was very well run and well attended, so well done to those running it. And just last night, the Swan Link board meeting, which they continue to do a power of work in marketing the businesses for Swan Hill. Thanks.
Great, thank you. My report's as presented, but I'm encouraged by the earlier comments by councillors and all councillors for just the way you go about your role and engaging with the community, and that's part of the role that you really value, and I know the community values it as well. A number of councillors have mentioned events that I've been involved with as well, but also celebrating the young riders in our municipality. That was a big night down at the library. There was over 100 people there to celebrate the riding abilities of the very young through to the older students from around our municipality. That was fantastic. The Op Shop Youth Ball in Menangatang. Pulled out some dance moves that weren't very well appreciated, but that's okay. Moving on to more serious matters, just getting to meet and greet the new CEO of VHM, Andrew King, so no relation, but obviously everything's not all approved yet, but if it is important for us to have those strategic relationships, and on that as well, to meet the new V-Line CEO, Will Tiepo, along with the CEO and directors Granger and Johnston as well. We raised a lot of good points around the V-Line service, and he has committed to visiting our municipality sometime in the next few months. So hopefully we'll get him up here and we can definitely show him our train sets and what our aspirations for the future are. celebrated the Australian Trike Fest gathering, the show and shine down at Riverside Park. I'm sure everybody saw the three-wheel motorbikes kicking around town. They had a wonderful time and they were very grateful for the support, both from council and from the businesses, particularly around Swan Hill where they were based, and couldn't speak highly enough of their experience here. So thank you not just to council but also to the businesses of Swan Hill for the way that you welcomed and hosted the members of the Australian Trike Fest. McHappy Day on the weekend. Got to serve some burgers and some Cokes out the window of McDonald's and surprised some people who didn't expect me to be standing at the customer service window. So that was a good bit of fun. And to wrap it up, a meeting just yesterday with Rural Councils Victoria to commence planning for the Rural Councils Victoria Forum, which is to be held in Swan Hill later. I was going to say later this year, but it's actually later next year. The exact date's not set, but likely to be in September next year. That will see representatives from all of the rural councils around Victoria gather in Swan Hill for what is a very important forum, particularly as many councillors have mentioned as we head into state election, the state election in November. So yeah, getting the wheels in motion for that. So with that, that's my report. Thank you. That is it for ordinary council business. So we will go into camera shortly. When we come out of camera, there is no further business of council to be conducted. So I'll thank people in the public gallery who have attended today. Thank you for your attendance and your interest in council matters, and to those on the live stream as well. And again, as re-elected mayor, thank you very much to my councillors for your support and your confidence in me to undertake this role again, and I look forward to continuing to serve the community in the coming 12 months. With that, I will ask the gallery to depart the meeting, and I'll ask for a motion to move into camera, please, councillors. Move to go into camera, Councillor Rogers, seconded Councillor Broad. All those in favour? That is carried. I'll just wait for the live stream to stop. Righto, we're back live. There is no further business. Thank councillors and officers for their attendance today, and I'll declare the meeting closed at 3:45.
Did you want to make the
Oh,
announcement?
in the meeting, at the meeting.
Oh, it's...
We can?
Yep.
All right. Pleased to announce that we've received, before we close the meeting, pleased to announce that we've received advice from Goulburn Murray Water that the blue-green algae levels in Lake Boga have dropped sufficiently to allow the reopening of the lake. Great news for our municipality, just in time for Christmas. We hope that it maintains and sustains the low levels. So on that good news, I'll close the meeting now at 3:46 p.m. Thank you.